Hi there, it's Catrin from 3Ps. Thank you so much for joining me. This is video 2 in a 2-video set on time robbing and time gaining. And if you want to exercise, that's really important that you find the time in your day. And I often hear from clients who say they'd love to exercise more, but they don't have the time. So some of my problem solving and coaching for them is to work out with them how they can get rid of behaviours that rob time and how they can adopt behaviours that gain them time. Now, the first video in this set was all about the time robbers, and I talked about things like prevarication and doing repetitive tasks which you needn't do yourself or that you can systematise. This video is about how you can gain time, so it's about how you liberate time in your schedule. And I'm going to talk about some of the same things, but I'm going to give you some particular tips that you can use to give yourself more time to exercise in particular, but to really do anything that you want to prioritise in your life or you want to find time for. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is systematisation. This is something I talked about in the previous video. This is the idea that when you have anything which is mundane, repetitive, that you don't necessarily need to do yourself or that you don't add any particular value to your life by doing yourself, can you systematise it and automate it? Now the classic examples of that would be, for example, where you have your weekly shop, making sure that you systematise it, so you create favourites list for your home shopping and you automate it so you have an automatic, either you do it yourself. I mean, I've even got one of my children to now plug in the shopping order. They know what the order is because I put it in favourites, and then they get on and just get it plugged in and book the delivery time. So there is actually also a role here from members of your family to help you. Another example of something which I have automated is getting my children out of bed, because that took up valuable time in the morning when I was looking to do work or to meditate or to exercise, in fact. And so I have got my children into the habit of getting up with an alarm clock. Now I'm in the house, but I'm not necessarily going in there trying to shake the duvet off them and get them up. I think it's a waste of my time. It's not a particularly positive interaction. I'm trying to get sleepy kids out of bed, particularly the older ones who are approaching teenage. So that is something which I have systematised, and in fact I have delegated to a system to get going. Other things that you can do to liberate more time from your schedule is make sure that any commuting or travelling you do is at a minimum. I do a lot of my meetings now by Skype. Even with the clients who aren't used to Skype, it's so simple to walk them through how they do it. You can walk them through how to use Skype on a telephone, and then literally they just have to press one button and there you are. They're so amazed. It's helpful for them because you're also showing them how to use piece of technology to help them. So Skype or any of the similar types of messaging and video systems are great for liberating time. The next thing I would say is about having a morning routine, and so that you're getting up at a decent hour. Now there are well-known gurus like Tim Ferriss who are not morning people. He's an insomniac to some extent like me, but he tends to work very late. He might work till 3, 4, 5 in the morning and then sleep, whereas I try to get in bed really before 11 because I'm going to be up very early. I start my day anytime between 4 and about 6 depending on what I'm doing. But I'm getting up because I want to have a morning routine, and particularly I want to meditate because that helps me to have clarity in my day and really get on and power my day through. So having a system in the morning which has a routine which is about you, not running around drinking cups of coffee and reacting to the news and reacting to the kids and reacting to what's happening on the train, but having something which is calm and collected first thing in the morning will pay dividends in terms of how much time you feel you have during the day and how you are able to focus. Now, linked to the morning routine is the idea that you have a journal, you have a planning session with yourself first thing in the morning. Now, this is something that you do first thing, and it's really to set for you your path for the day, and it's to say, what are my priorities for the day? And you shouldn't have too many priorities on that list. If you want to liberate time in your day, you need to focus and you need to say, what is the most important thing I can do in terms of my job? What is the most important thing I can do in terms of my personal relationships or whatever it may be? And what is the most important thing I can do in relation to my health in particular that day? Now that often will take some exercise when it comes to the health question. So by doing that journaling or doing that sort of planning first thing, you are setting your expectations for the day and you're setting what you're going to do for the day. And I have a mantra which is, whatever I do, no matter what, I will do some sort of physical activity during the day. So I try to have some flexibility. I'd love to get to the gym every day. That doesn't always happen. But if not, then I've got a mini rebounder. I use one of those. I find them really helpful, particularly for getting your lymph system going. So that's like a mini trampoline that you can bounce up and down on. They're actually quite fun as well. I'll go for a walk, I'll go for a run, but I will do something each day because that is generally what I'm saying to myself first thing in the morning. What is the most important thing I can do for myself health-wise? And it's to do some sort of activity. So having some sort of journal linked to a morning routine that starts your day calmly and with focus is an amazing way to liberate time in your day, because you will feel less reactive, and more strategic in how you spend your time. So that's what I wanted to say about how you liberate time. Do give me some comments. I'd be fascinated to know what you use to liberate time, any particular tips and tricks that you have. If you'd like to send me a question, you can do so. Either put it here on YouTube, or you can send us a question via Facebook. Our page is facebook.com/3Ps Media. You can also reach me on email. I'm at hello@3pspublishing.com. I'll put that note up on the screen. It would be great to hear from you. I love answering questions. If it's a good question, I'll put it on a video for everybody to see. This is Catrin from 3Ps saying thank you so much, and please click subscribe. Bye.